headphones. Sorry everybody, if there is anybody. All right. Stream. So I think this is live. Let's find out. Ooh, let's see. Videos. Are we live right now? Live. Yeah, I think we're live. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so printing. Hope is interesting. Printing a couple things here today, and yeah, we'll turn that off. Let's have a look here. See if we can get this video shared out. Let's tweak that. We're just tweaking. I got the printer up and running, and all right. So hopefully you can hear this, and I'll be right. I'm printing two things here. Printing a test of a maker's coin and a part for the BB-8 build. To show you, have a look here. I printed the hollow eye piece, and inside there goes an LED. And I'm printing here is the part for the LED that goes inside. And the other is a test of a maker's coin, which if it works, then it will be going with myself and my oldest to Makers Fair here in Berlin in May. 26th and 27th we'll have a table we'll be presenting at Makers Fair this year in Berlin. So if you're around, check it out. So, be right back. All right. Have a look here. There she is. She's printing. So, printing out two things here on the i3 clone. Reprap. Ooh, yeah. I have to baby step this little sucker a little bit because it's still a little quirky as far as getting elephant foot. Anybody really good with dealing with elephant foot? That'd be great. Let me know. Leave a comment in the down below. I have set the X steps, calibrated the X steps, and those are pretty good. So it moves 100 millimeters for 100 millimeters move request. Otherwise, yeah, I can't really figure out what's causing the elephant steps. Leveling, I know, is an issue, and I'm working on an inductive sensor as one of the upgrades for this sucker. So, that's coming soon. Actually, probably not the inductive sensor, but the other upgrades to try and change out the position of the Y end stop put it to max so it prints right, and deal with the smooth rods on this to try and get more space from the y-axis. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. That looks like somebody's watching. That's cool. Okay. I'm going to move you guys around for a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. One person. Hi, if you're watching. Hi, hello. So, this is a little LED holder that goes inside this here. That's for the BB-8 that I printed this morning. Looks actually really good. I'm really impressed by this. Smooth, printed on glass. PLA, so it's nice and smooth. A little bit of glue stick, and it was printed at 200 degrees on the hot end, 45, sliced with Cura 3.0, and I think 15% infill. Yeah. So, and it took about an hour and 15 minutes at most. Just tuning this sucker in. Yeah, I think I could. I gotta work on my profile a little bit, but I like this PLA. This is Amazon here in Germany. This is Amazon's Patona Orange PLA. It's a pretty good deal. I've never had a problem with it. It hasn't been stringy. I've had it for several months and I'm almost finished with the roll. I've been testing out some new, also got some new PETG. Sorry about that, guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. So, gonna do the new carriage for the hot end in PETG. I got a really nice translucent blue for that. It's a nice view. It's on a EVA foam pad. So, hey, Fun King, how's it going? So yeah, I've got my printer. It's up on some EVA foam. I stuck it up there because with it's a little bit vibration and a little bit noisy. So it kind of deadens it, keeps it a little quieter, especially since people are sleeping in the other room. So I think it's probably about, what, like noon? No, it's about 6 hours earlier for you, so it's about 3 in the afternoon for you, Fun King. Glenn, hi. I show you myself, but I don't have a second camera angle. Pretty simple setup. So if you're around next Thursday, I'm going to be up. Ah, cool, 3:32. I'm going to be Thursday evening my time. I'm going to be doing some upgrades on this printer, and I'm going to be streaming live. So I know there's no way I'm going to make that 4,000 hours of watch time by the 20th of September or February, excuse me. But I'm going to try and get my hours up a little bit. So maybe I can get to 4,000 in a 12-month period sooner than later, and then just work on the other 1,000 subscribers. Okay. So I'm trying out a Maker's coin here. See what I can do with it. And then the other part is the LED holder for that, and that is the hollow projector part for a BB-8. I'm making a full-size BB-8. And I printed that this morning. It's in Amazon Patona PLA. And so it's actually, look here, you can see there's a BB-8 head, a mini one, and it's that. Yeah. Oh, I gotta babysit this little sucker every once in a while. Oh, let me check out. Ah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead. A little retweet never hurts. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd just come on today and try. I was printing anyway. Try a test out. The rest of the family is sleeping, so it's an early Saturday. Figured I'd try out this since I was printing. By the way, Glenn, I saw your AM8. I was just watching the AM8 upgrade video. I like it. It's nice. I gotta watch the rest of it. I watched about an hour of it so far. But you and James from Print and Play, I try to put your stuff up, and if I'm working on something, I'll put it up in the background. That and Angus from Maker's Muse. It's nice to have stuff to listen to while you're working on printers. Oh yeah, cool. I just saw they have on eBay here in Germany, they have a German resellers and an ANET A8 kit for 100 euros, 99 euros and 99 cents. If I had the money, I would definitely, even just like parts for another machine, that's like an amazing deal. I've never seen it that cheap. So what did you end up, Glenn, what did you end up all doing on your machine? I'm only an hour into your stream. So I know you were working on the wire and wire management. Oh yeah. Gearbest has it for 120. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it for in the States for less than what, 140. But yeah, 100 euros, that's about 120 bucks. Yeah. Ooh, I think I kind of like this, hopefully. So I'm printing this on this orange Patona PLA, and I've got what, 0.2 layer height. I've had to tether it to Cura. I've got Cura 3.0 on this machine, and let's see, it's layer height, 0.2 layer height, 0.8 millimeter wall thickness, 2 walls, 20% infill with a grid infill, 200 degree printing temperature, and it does have retraction and Z-hop on, and it's printing at 45. And then I tweaked it on the Marlin up to 55 and travel speed of 60. And it's running Marlin 1.1.8. I'm happy with that because it has the baby steps, which I really, really like. This thing tends to get me some elephant feet. Let's see if I have a copy. Something that has, or you can see my elephant feet. No. I got something around here that's got to have elephant feet. Oh no. Now that I mention it, I can't find an example of elephant feet. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the first version. You can kind of see it's chubby on the bottom a little. Okay. Yeah, chatting. That's a good thing. You get a pretty good crowd of people on your live streams, you and James. It's usually the same guys, so everybody starts to know each other a bit. Skewed and James, and I think sometimes the German printing guy. I'm forgetting a few other people, but sorry guys if you ever see this. Yeah. Yeah, I came across Fun King just looking around, and then Joel put his video up, and then you guys went from what, like 200 to like 5,000. That was pretty cool to watch. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of this 3D printer project. I've got a 101 Hero underneath this table right now that if I get, it's got the stock motors, but everything else is upgraded. It's got an E3D hot end and ramps. It's running on Marlin 1.1.6. So I might print parts for that and upgrade that to two NEMA 17s, but deltas are a pain. Trying to calibrate a delta it's just no fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, you 5,500. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but you're gonna. Some people are gonna drop off. They're probably there just for the competition, I'm guessing. For me, it's just nice that there's a community of people that are passionate about the things that I'm also interested in. So it's nice having other people around to talk to, even if it's in a virtual chat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. I used a Thingiverse stock blank for the this Maker's Coin, and then I used Tinkercad online and added the Sonic into it, and I wanted to print it out and see how it looks. I'm just starting out with Tinkercad, so I'm hoping it looks halfway decent. And then I've been printing, let's see if I can actually get it in there. Maybe I'll stick it on the print head. You can actually see this is a 30% size of the contest hunters, yeah. yeah, contest hunters. What's that rover, U.S. rover guy that's that shows up in your things. Yeah, so I'm printing a 30%, kind of see, and I got some layer issues on this one, so a little off, but just some tests to try and see how it looks for a full-size BB-8. And once I'm happy with that, then I'll move on and start going to the full size. Yeah, Tinkercad is cool. It's got some kind of simple setup that helps you, kind of walks you through getting started. The tutorial is pretty good. I like it so far. I just started this last week. And then I'm started printing out these guys. These guys are all printed like 6 or 8 at a time. They're also printed in that orange Patona PLA from Amazon here in Germany, and that's pretty cool. So this is going to be the internal frame for the BB-8. There's, let's see, 4 of these for the top and 4 of these for the bottom. That makes the inner dome, and then it's going to be driven by an internal, it's called a hamster drive, so it has an internal motor drive system. Oh, hey, James. James here. And I'm printing, so I'm printing these all here, which will be 8 sets of these, will be then the internal frame of the body of the BB-8. Right now I'm printing a Maker's Coin. Hey, other James, exactly. That I'm tested out. I was saying before that I just took Tinkercad and trying it out. So I took a Maker's Coin blank from, oh, I'm a little tired today, sorry, from Thingiverse, and printed that out. And then the second part here is an LED holder for this hollow dome that goes inside of that, and that is the hollow lens for the full-size BB-8. Hey James, since you're here, have you thanks for all the help, by the way. And did you ever have to deal with, either of you guys ever had to deal with elephant foot on your printers? I've got my Z-axis pretty good, pretty tuned in. So if I request 100 millimeters, it's going to give me 100 millimeters. And I'm still getting some elephant foot on this machine. So I'm having to baby step it to keep it from, okay, this is pretty floppy, but having to keep it from smacking into things. The new X carriage is going to be printed next week. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. At this point, I'm just happy the darn thing is printing. It's been a bit of a journey. Yeah. I have not printed with a raft, but I think for the hot end carriage, I got some PETG for that, and I'll print that on a raft. Because it's going to be about, I think, Kira says it's going to be about a 4-hour print, but in reality it's probably more like a 6 or 7-hour print, printing at 45 millimeters. It's like a 60 travel speed. And I don't think I want to sit around for 3 hours slowly tuning it just to get it so it doesn't eat itself. I printed one the other night and it got up in the morning, and maybe, I don't know if you guys can, if I could stick this in front of the camera, but it did that. It's a nice plastic. It looks nice, but it did that. So I woke up to that the other morning. That's a nice way to wake up. All right, I'll check that out. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah. I was saying to Glenn earlier, because I was watching his upgrade, the AM8 upgrade video that I saw on eBay here in Germany. They've got German distributors selling the ANET A8 kits for 100 euros, 99.99. And I think now in GearBest, Glenn said they have them for 120. The discount code, that's pretty crazy. I mean, even if you're just using it for parts to build your own machine and you change a few things out, it's still kind of worth it. All right. So if I sit here and babysit the machine, it seems to do all right. If I leave it alone, it's like a mischievous toddler or 4-year-old. It goes mad. Yeah, 145. That sounds about right. Yeah, eBay.de, and it was like the German distributors just like mid of January, a couple weeks ago, they just started dropping prices. Went down to like 119 and then 104, and then like last week it went down to 100. That's pretty cool. Oh, yay. Yeah. So I'm streaming this from my camera. What do you guys think? Is it from my phone? It's iPhone 7. My stream looks all right. What do you guys think of the stream? Does it look all right? Can you guys hear me pretty well? I've just been yammering on and I don't even know if you guys can hear me very well, so. Yeah. I worked before my kids were born, I worked for about 20 years as a sound engineer, so I've got stuff. I just don't have a configuration that works for putting one of my nicer mics into this right now. But this seems to work. That's kind of the point. Content is king with YouTube, especially now. If you can get stuff out that's decent quality and sounds all right, and your lighting is okay, then you're all right. So James, are you going to be streaming this weekend? If you're still there, let's see. I haven't seen him in a bit. Nope, he's gone. All right. Huh. Glenn, when are you doing your next stream on the AMA 8? Yeah, that's so true. They will not watch bad audio. Well, okay. Watch bad audio. Listen to bad audio, sorry. But yeah, it's true. I'm even okay. I've lived in enough different countries and stuff. I'm okay with weird pronunciation and like different versions of English, you know, the French and the Denglish and... Oh, cool. Next Friday. Okay. Yeah. With bad audios. No fun. Yeah, the problem with that 3D channel hangout, for me, is here in Berlin, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I usually try to watch it later. I'll put it on in the background if I'm working on something. But, yeah. Unless I have to get up for a flight or something like that, I'm usually not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning anymore. Especially when the kids start getting up at 7:30. You don't want to deal with that. All right. It's looking all right. It's a little bit sloppy in the letters. Yeah. But I'm not sure. Okay. There's Maker's Coin. It's starting to fill in the middle here. It's a little globby. Yeah. She's a finicky printer still. Yeah. Right. I'm not sure what Martin's situation is. I was up late working on calibrating this thing to try and get some more prints out, but I'm, as they say in German, schlappy, which means tired and slap happy a bit. So but I thought, since I was going to be printing and shot some things for an upcoming video, I might as well try out this stream. Oh yeah. I'm very much looking forward to getting the X carriage. That'll be mounted to the 8M you use on the for the hot end carriage, printed up and put on there, because that's just a couple pieces of acrylic bolted onto the 8M you use right now, and it is kind of floppy sometimes. That's a definite rep strap style printer when it comes to the hot end right now. And at this setup, it's not going to be printing at 60 millimeters a second. I was curious about, I've seen Angus from Maker's Muse pop into people's chats who are doing live streams in the US, and I've got to imagine that's like the time changes for him. If they're up at like in the afternoon for them, it's got to be the middle of the night for him. I mean, 12 hours is pretty hard. 9 hours is hard, but being completely polar opposite 12 hours, that's crazy. So, Glenn, you've been on this 3D printer hangout for a while now, or did you just start doing this? Oh, okay. The Australians last night. What time did you stream last night? All the way. Wow. My oldest would have crashed a long time ago. I'm hoping she's going to hold up. Her and I are presenting at Makers Fair here in Berlin on the 26th and 27th of May. I know she's really stoked to show her stuff and talk about it, but I'm hoping she's going to be able to survive the whole weekend. But there's a couple of other people who are going to be presenting. I also have kids. She can always take a break and run off with them. As I know for myself, Makers Fair can be a long weekend. Also, you said you've been doing the 3D chat for a couple months now. Oh, you're going to Gainesville. Oh, cool. Hopefully you'll have some video up from that. I think the last time I was in Gainesville, mid-90s? No, mid-80s. And then I was in Orlando. It was, yeah, a long time ago. I haven't been to Florida in a long time. All right. Yeah, okay. So then you're on the East Coast. Or closer to the East Coast, I imagine. I've got family in Southern California. That's about, when I go to the States now, that's about the only place I go. It's getting to be a bit spendy to fly to the US nowadays. Ah, okay, closer to the west side. Ah, okay, nice. Yeah, I spent some time, but not a lot. More around Orlando and down towards Miami, but that's about it. Ah, cool. So when did you start getting into 3D printing? Or what was it about 3D printing that you got into? Because I see you guys are doing like electronics projects too. Maybe Arduino and stuff, I'm guessing. Some Arduino, some Raspberry Pi stuff. It's off camera, but on the side there's a magic mirror running on a Pi Zero right now. Pi Zero W. Had a couple of little theremins, optical theremins. Running the controls on the lightsabers, which is a new project coming up soon, that are running on Amazon or on Arduino Minis. Minis are the ones with they still have the micro USB. Yeah, because the micros don't. Yeah, last May. Okay. I got lucky to acquire this 101 Hero in September of last year. I had been saving and getting parts for slowly but surely through AliExpress and Amazon and eBay and stuff to build this thing, but it was taking a while and somebody made me an offer. So I started printing on the 101 Hero. 101 Zero. Yeah. But I did learn a lot, and I'm still in the process of upgrading that. Although, like I said earlier, deltas are a pain in the butt to calibrate. And I'm thinking about, if I'm saving up, I would like to get a large printer. I'm sort of debating between a Tornado and a CR10. I like the fact that the Tornado is got, you can run it on Marlin and it's a little bit more tweakable, but it prints very decent, and I don't have a problem with putting TL smoothers on a printer. That's pretty easy. If you're interested in TL smoothers, by the way, if somebody watched this later, check out what Joe from Maker's Noob was doing with those on his channel. He's got a good thing on there. And then maybe a CR10, but I don't know, CR10, I'm not sure about that one. Fun King, have you got a CR10? Everybody has a CR10. Okay. I worked in radio before, so if somebody's watching this later, I'm talking a lot because I'm not used to, and I feel strange if it's dead air. I've watched Chris Riley, some of his videos before, and he'll just turn off, mute his mic. and it's kind of weird for me. It goes against something that's a bit ingrained for me. Dead air. Start talking. Yeah, I was watching your I'm watching your E12 videos. I'm absolutely sure that there was a CR10 in the room when they were designing the E12, and I'm pretty sure that when the Tornado was made, there was also a CR10 or a CR10S in the room when that was made. Yep. Ooh, that's weird. Wow, I just noticed a weird thing. So I'm streaming this directly. My camera is on my phone. The chat shows up quicker. There's the delay because I'm watching and I can chat on my computer, my laptop. So there's definitely a delay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not sure I would have the energy or patience at this point after just coming off building this thing to try and tweak an E12. But hey, if somebody makes me an offer, I wouldn't say no. No, I'm happy. Yeah. Well, okay. I will tweak there. Sorry about that. It's kind of like that old radio delay. I used to do interviews on the radio sometimes, and you had 30 seconds, and you had a button so you could mute out before it would go out, or a kill button to kill a mic. I think I only ever had to use that once or twice in my 4 or 5 years working in radio. Yeah, going back to the E12, I'm not sure I want to. If somebody made me an offer or something like that, like if for some reason GearBest or somebody said, hey, you want, I give you an E12, I wouldn't say no. But if I'm spending my own money, I'd be leaning more to the Tornado. And if I had the money, then the CR10. Although I've seen, I think for under 300, I've seen a couple of CR10S on AliExpress maybe. So just 290 euros. I think that's something like 320 bucks. Ooh. I can't say. I'm gonna screw with the lighting here a little bit. Okay, cool. See you later, Glenn. Ooh, blobby. Nice. By the way, if you're watching this and you some other time and you're curious, this is the Thomas and Latterer's Dolly build series from his channel, and this is my version of it. She's called the Smully, and the Smully's a charismatic little creature. But I'll be doing some upgrades. I'm going to upgrade the Y here. You can maybe see that's a piece of wood. It's a couple of 1x2s for the front and back end of the Y carriage. You can actually just see here that's an LM8 UU, and then there are some 8M UUs on the back. I'm going to put some mounts that I've 3D printed, give myself more, but I'll be doing the upgrades in a live stream on the 8th of February. So if you're watching this later, check out the playlist. That'll be up there. Today I'm just printing a part for Sucker, which is the hollow display for a BB-8. Let's see if I can hold that a little bit closer into the camera here. I just printed that off. It's pretty nice. Then sometime in the near future, I'll start streaming a build for an F450 made quadcopter with a GPS and a just see if I can load it down into there, a gimbal. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird camera angle today. Apologize for that. Since this is the only printer I have that's up and running, it's printing as quickly as possible and trying to get as many things printed as possible. It's a little noisy. Okay. So live exciting printing here. Okay. Maybe. Let's check it out here. Alright. I don't even know dimensions. Let's see if I can see the dimension of this coin here. So this is a maker's coin, 5 millimeters high on the Z. I can't really cooling fan in the way. Yes, it is a sub-part cooling fan that is actually on the side of the hot end there. It's an E3 V6 clone hot end. It's an ugly looking one, but it's functioning. I've had to rebuild it about 4 times, 6 times. It's got to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's working. It was giving me some serious problems, so I ended up replacing the heat break in it with another all metal one, and didn't like that at all. It's causing problems. I'm not sure if it was the filament I was using at the time or what, but I switched it out to a PTF lined heat break and a new nozzle, and it's printed just fine since then. So I will say, if you ever think you want to save money and you go on eBay and you find those B sort of extra things of filament, and the thing shows up and it's not actually in a sealed bag, you might want to stick it in a dry box and with a bunch of desiccant, and maybe it'll work. But no, I tried some of that stuff and it clogged the heck out of my. I think I spent that ripping apart and rebuilding that hot end about 4 times. Yeah. Avoid that stuff like the plague. Well, maybe not. If you like rebuilding hot ends and you want to learn, then go ahead. Knock yourself out. Ooh, look, I think that's going to be approaching finished. And then I think that little LED holder there is going to take a while, because that sucker is a bit taller. Let's see how tall that is. 9 millimeters. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. Let's see. Putting out some information on some people. We're doing all right. Inner walls, it does pretty fast. 60 is pretty good. It seems to do all right with 60 millimeters on the inner walls. Or is it 50? Let's have a look. All right, inner walls 45, but I bumped it up to 5 in Marlin. Doing the outer wall at 22 and a half. The initial layer speed was 22. The brim was 22. pretty happy with this machine. I turned on retractions in Kira 3.1 and Z-Hop. When retract, does pretty good. I think my retraction could be tweaked a little bit. Its retracting distance is 6.5 with I cranked up the retraction speed to 30 on both of these prints, and I'm not seeing any more stringing. I just had a little tiny bit on the ends of this. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's got some fuzzies there. It was a little bit hairy at the very end. Not as hairy as a hairy lion, but hairy anyway. But yeah, if you're curious, retraction seems to work pretty well if you're using Kira. And if you're not sure and you're still getting some stringy or that like fuzzy stuff, jumping up your retraction speed will help. Or if I'm saying it completely wrong, then please tell me in the chat. Or the comments down below if you're watching this later. Oh yeah, not bad. Looks pretty good. I gotta work on my camera angle here. I'm not gonna do that now. All right, I think I'm gonna let it print, run at this print, pop it off, see how that goes, have a look at the prints. Ooh, there you go. And yes, it's on Y min. So I started it and I forgot, oh yeah, when you put it with a Y min, you have to switch your Y axis before you start your print. It just did not like when I was setting it up to home with this Y end stop back here on the on the max position, and Marlon was just not liking it at all. So let's see how hard that is to get off there. Oh. Printing it on glass. Whoa, yeah, cool, nice. Pops right off. Let's see. Okay. Now it's a razor blade. Somebody's going to make a comment about it in the comments down below later. Yes, now we use a razor blade. You're going to use... Yeah, okay. So this is... I don't think it really went through very well, and I don't think you can see it. But you can see... Yeah, you get an idea. The eye... The dot on the eye didn't really come out. And I think that's my... I need to watch the baby steps. Yeah, the idea is there. So it's a simple maker's coin. The sides look okay. But let's pop it out of the brim here. And let's have a look. If you're still listening, Glenn, I like that idea that you have of the multiple cameras and the switcher. I gotta find that and put that on my list of things to build. Definitely. Yeah, okay. So the back's really smooth on that. Printed right on glass with a glue stick. So I'm happy with that. Good first layer. Sticks pretty well. Pops off pretty easy. Yeah, it's not so great on the top. It's kind of ugly. And it's a little bit of stringy on the... If I look around on the holes there for letter, I did the letters as negative. Yeah, it kind of merged. If I look down here for the S, you can't really see that. Let me see if I can get that. And the S there, and on the C, kind of filled in parts of it right there. So that's not so great, but it's all right. This little LED holder, this printed up really nice. This is part. It will fit into another part which goes right in here. So there's just a small little LED pops in there. Yeah, so that's the printer. I'm printing using brims, 8mm, 0.8mm. I like that. It's a decent printer. I like the filament I'm using right now. It's the Patona. I don't know if you can find it outside of Germany. It's available on Amazon. I might, if I find a link, stick an affiliate link down below after we finish in the description. Otherwise, Thursday, that's the 8th of February at 9 p.m. Central European time, I'll be doing a live stream again, and that is going to be upgrading this printer if you're just hanging out. So I'm going to be doing some mods to the Y axis. If I can print some brackets, the front and the back, I'll try to do that. And I've got some new mounts to try and lower the bed and expand the Y. So get about 30 centimeters on the Y. Lower the bed, then I'm going to put a new... let's have a look and see if I can do this. I'm going to go handhold. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to try and put a new printed carriage for the hot end. That is an E3D V6 clone. And that should give me another 30 or 40 centimeters on the Z axis. So that'll probably take this printer up to like 180 by 180 by 180. All right, so that was it. And I am going to be printing, and I'll try to put some photos up if I can. Just got some new, really, really good one. This new PETG. This is Avistron. They call it, let's see, fish box. There's a fish box. It's a translucent blue. So I'll be doing the hunting carriage in that, and see if I can... That was loud. Sorry about that. See if I can give you a view of that. It's a translucent blue. It looks really, really nice when it's printed out. And it prints out really well. It prints at like 215 on a cold bed. I didn't have any problems with it. So I'll be printing out the X carriage, or the encourage that. Okay, guys, thanks, Glenn, and anybody else who watched this for sticking around. I'm gonna get myself a late evening snack before I head to bed, and next time, stop by on Thursday. Otherwise, thanks, guys. Have a nice day, afternoon, night, whatever you're enjoying, and thanks, Glenn, and maybe Xander. See you guys. By the way, if Xander's around, my 4-year-old always, every time Xander's Think Thursday, offers a thumbs up. So, Xander, you got people who are excited Thursday to watch your Xander's Think Thursday. She's counting on you, man. Because you weren't there. She was asking. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a nice night. Bye-bye. Remember, keep making. This is James from 3D, from Sonic Alchemy on Makerspace, and we're going where creativity takes us. 3D print, Arduino projects, cardboard, costumes, synthesizer builds, contact mics, anything else. If you're interested, check out the PayPal link down below, and feel free to make a one-time donation. Got something going right now to try and raise some funds to get a CR10 or a TiVo Tornado. If you want to help out with that, feel free to make a one-time donation. There is a Patreon link down below if you want to support the channel. Buck your round, whatever it is, a month really goes a long way. And there's extra materials that will be available there. Other than that, keep making and enjoy. Thanks. Bye.